Welcome to the tutorial on creating a concrete sample and attaching a form using HeadLight materials. First, we'll begin by creating a sample. Today I'll be working in my test project. We're going to give it a name. We'll start by naming it Lot 01. We're then going to skip down and use the mix specification. When you select your mix design first, you can see it auto-populates material and producer. Then we're going to enter a represented quantity. Today we'll just assume 25 cubic yards, and we're going to attach it to this 9005 Class A concrete item. So we will choose destination labs. We'll just choose O2 lab and a unit. We're going to select our tests. You're going to select your unit, air content, a compression test. We're going to assume that there are 3 early breaks, so we're going to add 3 early break compression tests. You will add your slump for your unit and your surface resistivity. We're going to select save. And you have completed the sample ID needed. Now let's create a form for structural concrete. You'll select create form. On the drop down menu, you will select structural concrete report, and we're going to rename it. I like to rename it the same thing I named the sample. Create. Now that your form has loaded, we will start filling out the form. For submitted by, we will enter the PE name or number. You can select the date that the cylinders were actually created. So if you created them the day before, you can change the date. Your material code has been brought over from the sample ID. Your lot number, you can use the same naming convention that you've been using on projects. We'll enter the quantity of concrete used. You can see that under the production tab, your mix design number and plant code have been brought over from the sample ID. We can add our item number, which was 9005. You can enter remarks, anything that may have occurred out on the project that you need to make notes of. Cylinders made by whoever actually created the sample cylinders, and acceptance tests, whoever actually ran the slump and air tests. Down under the test section, you're going to enter in the batch number you sampled from. We will assume that this was the first batch and that we made them at 8 o'clock. Now there's a time, you can see in the background here, there's a time format. You can just enter 800A, and when you select the next thing, you can see that it puts it in the right format. Here's the important part. For your slump and air, you enter those numbers in here. So we're going to say we had a 4 1/4 inch slump and a 4.4% air. When you enter the slump and air into these 2 boxes, they will automatically go into your limbs queue for approval by your supervisor or PE. You can see that the sample numbers are already labeled, but you do have the ability to change these if you would like. These would be our 28-day breaks for pay. You will enter that information. You will enter the second batch that you sampled if there are more than one batch. We'll say we sampled out of batch 3 at 10 a.m. We'll enter a slump and air. Let's see, this time it's 4.75 inches, and we had an air of 4.7. You will enter your 28 days. And we're done with the acceptance set. Now, one of the new changes is you can add early breaks to the same sample ID now. We will hit the green Add Early Break Test button. You will likely need to relabel your early breaks So we'll take these out. The 3 sections are for 3 separate specimens that will be averaged for 1 early break. Since we have 3 early breaks on this sample with different days, you will just list 1 and put the H days. We'll do a 3-day break. We'll add another test. We'll rename it H. We'll say this is a 5-day break. We'll add 1 more test. We will rename it I. And we'll say this is a 9-day break. After adding your early breaks to your sample, you can choose to add a photo if you would like to add images of your slump and air tests or anything else that may be of interest on the project, and then you will select Save. Once you select Save and hit Done, you can see that your form is now added to your sample that includes all of your tests. Thanks for watching.